Hello and welcome back to Matt Hayes Tottenham blog and to the first episode of Tottenham Hotspur transfer talk for the new January transfer window. Today we're going to be talking about Tottenham target Marcel Sabitzer and telling you all you need to know about the attacking midfielder. So before we get into that, if you do want more transfer videos like this, plus a weekly podcast where we talk all things Tottenham with a number of fantastic guests from around the Tottenham content creator community, please make sure to go down and hit that subscribe button down below and click the notification bell. And if you do want to become a channel member as well, those memberships are starting at just £1.99. Click the join button down below for more information. Now, to dive straight into things, as I'm sure people have seen by now, there are a lot of reports that Tottenham are interested in signing Marcel Sabitzer from RB Leipzig. These were confirmed by Fabrizio Romano on Twitter and Instagram earlier this week, saying that Tottenham are interested. Now, it is worth noting there are a number of other teams also interested, but he's definitely a player that Tottenham are looking at. Now, a lot of people will know who Sabitzer is, but some people won't. He's a 26-year-old attacking midfielder who plays for RB Leipzig in the Bundesliga. He joined them in 2014. He spent his first season there on loan at their sister club RB Salzburg. But since then, he's gone on to make 151 appearances for the club. He's also an Austrian international. He's had 44 caps since 2012, scoring 8 goals for the Austrian national team as well. Now, he's had a relatively slow start to this season. He's only made 3 appearances, 2 of those which were starts for Leipzig in the Bundesliga, but he has already scored 2 goals, one of which was a crucial winner from the penalty spot against Hertha Berlin. Last season, very impressive stats from him. He played 32 times in the Bundesliga. There's only 34 games in a season there, only 18 teams in the league, so he only missed 2 games in the entire league season. He started 30 of those. He scored 9 goals and registered 7 assists in the league as well. In the Champions League, he made 9 appearances and he scored 4 goals and registered 3 assists, with Leipzig going on to the semi-final of that competition before being knocked out by PSG. Now, as a player, Sabitzer, who I suppose he's someone who kind of can fit into our team, but for me, the position that he plays in is very similar to Dele Alli, and I've been saying for quite a while, I think Ali's main problem in our team right now is that there's no position for him because the way he plays just doesn't fit into our system. So for me, it is a bit curious why Sabitzer is the midfield target that we have identified, but I suppose at times we do lack creativity in our midfield. Without Lo Celso and Ndombele, I don't think there's much in there in the way of creating chances and stuff like that. And Sabitzer is definitely someone who can create chances. We'll get onto that in a second. His stats for that are very, very impressive as well. But I suppose when he does have the safety of a double pivot behind him, be it Ndombele and Sissoko or Højbjerg and Sissoko, Højbjerg and Ndombele, whatever it is, if he is given freedom in that team and maybe even given a free role to do whatever he wants, because he can play off the right as well, I think he could be a very, very good signing for us. But I think a lot of criteria need to be met in order for him to be able to slot into our team comfortably and be the player that we would hope he is. As I said, he's predominantly an attacking midfielder, but he has been known to sit deeper in the middle as well, and I suppose that is times when it's needed if they're trying to, whether to storm a bit in a game or trying to hold on to a league, shore up the midfield, whatever it is, he can sit into those deeper roles, but it's not where he thrives. He's known for his long shots. He has a fantastic strike in him. He's really good at keeping hold of the ball, which again comes into the whole, keeping moves flowing, creating chances and things like that. His key passes numbers are absolutely sensational. He averaged 1.8 key passes per game in the Bundesliga last season, and I think throughout his career his best return is 2.4. I think he returned in the Champions League in 2018-19 for Leipzig. So he really, really does know how to pick out a pass. 7 assists in the league last season, 3 assists in the Champions League. And those are consistent numbers for him. It's not just a one-time thing where he's had a good season with that. He really, really does know how to create opportunities. And of course, he's had players in that Leipzig team in the past. It's been Timo Werner for so long until he moved to Chelsea, who know how to put the ball in the back of the net. And he's definitely going to have that at Tottenham with Son, Kane, Bale, probably going to be our first 3 attacking options. His defensive contribution is exceptional as well. He's an absolute workhorse. He'll be really helpful in any sort of a high press that we do attempt to implement. But also, if we are shoring up the midfield, he'll be in there with whoever it is, and Ndombele and Højbjerg I suppose would be the main 2 you'd want in there with him. He's a really good player to have in there. I'd from looking at him, looking at the way he's played, in the last couple of years, but also researching him a bit more now, I'd say he could be someone that will be in there to rotate with Giovanni Lo Celso. And while we would like to see Lo Celso starting as many games as possible, aside from the congested calendar now, and it's going to be really difficult for any player to do that, I think with Lo Celso's injury history and the way these small niggly injuries are starting to crop in again, I think having someone like Sabitzer could be a fantastic option in there. And the way he likes to play, he likes to lay off the ball, he likes to move in between the lines. He when he's playing on the right, he likes to cut inside, and he likes to cause problems like that, which is a very important part of the way we play. You know, Doherty and Aurier on the right back, both of them play very, very advanced. So having a right midfielder who does cut inside, that's why we signed Gareth Bale, because he doesn't like to stay out wide. He likes to cut inside and play in between the lines. So Sabitzer, if he is going to be playing on the right, will be very similar to that. So aside from the fact there are a lot of reliable sources saying that we are interested in getting this deal done, I think it's just the fact that he fits so neatly into our team. The different qualities that he has, the different little kind of aspects of the way he plays suit our team so well and are so similar to a few different players in there. And like, you can compare him to Lo Celso, you can compare him to Bale, you can compare him to Ali. All of those show that he offers a bit of versatility as well. He's not just a one-trick pony. He can play in different positions. And if we are bringing in players for squad depth, and I think he's a bit too good, I suppose, to be considered a squad depth player, but if he does come in, he's an option that he can fix a lot of problems. You know, if there's an injury, if there's a suspension, if someone's just tired and can't play, whatever it is, he can be the man to sort out a lot of problems for us. And it's a very interesting one for me, because I think it does come back down to the quality of player that we're just looking into now. You know, in the past, you know, looking back now, it would have been a great deal to get done getting Jack Grealish in, but at the time he was a championship player. And up until, I suppose, last summer when we did get Lo Celso and Ndombele, and I suppose even that summer, because they weren't proven players in Europe, whereas I would argue that Marcel Sabitzer is, because he's playing at a very, very high level in the Bundesliga with RB Leipzig, and of course making it to the Champions League semi-final last year. Austria, not the best national team, but they have some very good players in there, and he's in that team very consistently. So he is a fantastic footballer. He's extremely creative, and going into the January window, I would hope our key target is still Milan Skriniar, and it looks as though it is. Alistair Gold, Fabrizio Romano, and a number of others still saying that Tottenham are still looking to get Milan Skriniar in. Inter Milan are expecting us to go back. So I would hope that Skriniar is our number one choice. But after that, I think Marcel Sabitzer is a great player to bring in, because outside of centre-back, I don't think there's any places in the team where we need to strengthen in the first team. I think we're really sorted out there. And even in squad depth, I don't think there's any position where we don't have a backup. You know, if we're looking at a starting 11, I think every one of those 11 players, there is someone who can fill in and deputise when needed. But bringing Marcel Sabitzer in will increase that squad depth in midfield so much more, and it'll offer us something different in terms of attacking threat when he's on the pitch. Now, of course, the question is always going to be asked, is he going to be able to settle into the Premier League? Is he a good enough player for that? And no matter what player you are, no matter where you come from, no matter what league you're coming in from, that question is always going to be there, and you can never answer it until they're actually on the pitch. But looking in recent years, players who have come in from the Bundesliga, in that position, especially if Kevin De Bruyne came from Wolfsburg, of course, is striving at Manchester City. Kai Havertz came into Chelsea from Bayer Leverkusen. He's really finding some form now. And I'm not saying Sabitzer is on the level of either of those players, but it's a similar demographic, attacking midfielders from the Bundesliga. And even outside of those positions, you have, of course, Timo Werner, who started quite well with Chelsea as well this season. So there is prior success there, I suppose, of players coming in from the Bundesliga, and I think Sabitzer could definitely be one of those who is a success story in the Premier League if Tottenham can get him in. But of course, time will tell. There's still about a month and a half to go until the January transfer window opens, so if he is going to be brought in, it'll be quite a while before anything comes to fruition on that one. But for me, this is a very exciting link, one that I'm really looking forward to talking about a bit more in the coming weeks, in the coming months, and hopefully by the end of January, Marcel Sabitzer is wearing a Tottenham jersey. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, and put down in the comments below your opinions on Sabitzer, if you think it's a good idea to bring him in, and if you would like to see him wearing a Tottenham jersey. As I said, if you want to subscribe or become a member on the channel, click the options below, and as always, thanks for watching.